iHeartRadio today. Also AMFM247.com. Tune in, iTunes, and 50-plus AM/FM stations across the country and around the world. And we have got a great guest joining us today here on the telephone. We go to the telephones. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Hey there. Thanks so much for having me today.
Yes.
My name is Jessica Woodlee. I am an indie pop artist. I'm currently a student at Berklee College of Music in Boston. And I just put out my brand new single called TOML, and it's a pop rock song, and I'm so excited to be here talking about it.
So, how did you get started doing the music thing? Tell me all about this.
Yeah, absolutely. From a young age, I always had a passion and an inclination. You know, listening to the radio was my favorite thing to do. And around 6 years old, I had some extended family living out in Tennessee. So my parents and I took a trip to go visit them, and part of that visit, we stopped by the Gibson Guitar Factory. And I fell in love instantly with just like the whole process. The person who got up there and demonstrated playing guitar, I was like, that's what I have to do. And, you know, later that trip, we walked down the street and heard all these musicians playing in these bars, and I was so mesmerized. My little brain was like, oh my gosh, this one person sitting on a stool and a guitar has an entire crowd connected and transfixed. And it was from that moment that I knew that that was what I was supposed to do. And so I started out with voice lessons and guitar lessons, and over the years added on piano, some violins, some upright bass, some ukulele, and just really soaking up anything I could. In high school, I started to produce my own music, became fluent in producing softwares like Pro Tools and Ableton, studied music theory and played in orchestras and jazz bands, and eventually ended up where I am now at Berklee College of Music.
Fantastic. We have got a great guest with us today. Jessica Woodlee joins us here on our big broadcast, and you're joining us each and every day over there at JiggyJaguar.com. We have got a tremendous guest with us today. So you're a singer, you're a songwriter. Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Absolutely. So as you said, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, and I produce. I really fell in love with pop music and its ability to reach hundreds of people while still being enjoyable and catchy and fun. And so that's the style that I grew up writing. When I started writing, I really learned how to write by listening and analyzing music by my idols. I was a big Swiftie as a kid, so that was kind of my first introduction to songwriting and understanding what makes a great song. And as I grew up, I found artists like Maggie Rogers and Alessia Cara, and recently I've been listening to a lot of Maud Latour. So really, I'm always being inspired. I'm always growing more. And that's kind of how I started my songwriting journey, is just dissecting my favorite songs and figuring out, how do I do this myself? As for singing, I definitely had a natural inclination, but I think talent's only part of it. I was lucky enough to have the support of family and took lessons really early on and spent over a decade honing my voice. So now I'm actually a vocal performance major at Berklee College of Music.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jessica Woodlee with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. So you have got this incredible, incredible music out here. How do people support your efforts and buy your music and get involved in everything that you're doing?
Thanks so much for asking. Yeah, there's a million ways to support indie artists like myself. First of all, of course, is streaming the music. If you go to any social media website, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Google my name. If you look up Jessica Woodlee, that's JESSICAWOODLEE. If you're not finding me, you've typed a Y, something has gone wrong.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Happens all the time. But if you manage to type my name correctly into social media, you'll find in all of my bios, there's links to all of my music. My music's on Spotify, it's on iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, SoundCloud. Wherever you listen to music, my music is there. So if you want to support me, feel free to go ahead and stream it, put it on your playlist, send it to your best friends, send it to your mom, share it with your dog. That would be a great, great help. Another way to support me would be to buy merchandise. I have some really cool T-shirts and sweatshirts and posters all up for sale, and you can once again find all of those links on my website, my Instagram, and all of my social media. I also play lots of shows, so if you're from the Northeast, I'm based out of New Jersey, and I go to school in Boston, so I play lots of shows all over the Northeast of the U.S. and hopefully across the world soon. So if you are in any of those areas, come see me live. Come see my killer band, and I always play with lots of great friends. So those are just 3 ways you could support me.
That's awesome. Jessica Woodlee with us today. She joins us here on the telephone talking a little bit about her music and a lot of different things going on. So you have got an incredible new song. Tell us a little bit about this track.
Absolutely. So the song is called TOML. It's an acronym for Time of My Life. There's a dot in between each letter. And I wrote it it's a coming-of-age song about my first year in adulthood. I started college with all the assumptions that I was fed through the media and TV, shows like Zoe 101, and things of that sort that told me that college was just going to be fun. It was going to be easy breezy. I was just going to be partying and making tons of friends with no worries, and everything was going to fall into place. That's kind of the assumption I had always had, and I was going to my dream school, so why not, right? Well, the thing is, being a musician, one of the reasons I'm so good at what I do is I'm highly sensitive, I'm empathetic, and because of that, I've also got some anxiety and some other mental health things going on. And so when I started my freshman year of college, I found it was pretty difficult. I was dealing with some extreme imposter syndrome and anxiety, and it was hard to make friends at first. And, sometimes parties can be really lonely. So I just had this, realization disillusionment with the whole concept of college. And I was honestly fed up because it felt like the entire world was still telling me, you've got no problems, you've got no reason to worry, laugh it off, you're fine, right? And so I kind of wanted to write a song that was the antithesis to that thesis, that was really just, you know what, this isn't perfect. I don't think this is the absolute best time of my life, and here's why. I was so lucky I did make some wonderful friends at Berklee, despite all the turmoil and teenage angst. And I sat down with one of my good friends, Sasha, who's a great songwriter, and together we took a song I had started a year ago and turned it into this one. And it's witty, it's sarcastic, but it also sheds light on some of the realities of being a young adult. And I love that back and forth exists. And then I worked with 2 really amazing producers who are also Berklee students. And my incredible live band that I play live with, we had studio sessions at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., dorm rooms, anywhere we could record, and made this song happen. So it really is a Berklee baby. It's the future of where the music industry is headed. And I am so happy that I got the chance to write it with such amazing people, and it means so much to me. So if you all want to take a listen to it, it's called TOML with dots in between each, and it's on every streaming platform you can imagine.
Well, it is an incredible tune. Before we let you go, how do people find you on social media? Is it just easier to go to jessicawoodleymusic.com and then they can be connected up there, or?
So luckily, all of my social media is just my name. So whatever your favorite
That's
social
awesome.
media platform is, yep, you can just look up my name, Jessica Woodlee. Woodlee is Woodlee, and you'll find me. I'm super active on Instagram and TikTok right now, so if you're trying to choose which social media, those are definitely my favorites. And, of course, my website that you did mention, jessicawoodleymusic.com, has links to all of my social media and all of my streaming and my music. So if people want to find me, it's very easy. All you need is Google.
So, how is the song doing?
Well, it's been a whirlwind day. I actually, as I said, I'm attending Berklee College of Music. And what's really cool about Berklee is they have a campus in Valencia, Spain. And I'm big on new adventures. I'm big on trying new things. And so I applied and got in to study in Spain for this fall semester. And so I was on a plane last night in the sky when the song came out. So I have been up since 3 a.m. on the red eye, so it has been quite a crazy release day. But so far, it's been going really great. I've got multiple blogs posting about it, multiple social media pages, had some really cool TikToks people have made, and already some playlist placements.
That's
and
awesome.
Of course, I am so grateful for all the support, and I know it'll just continue to grow. It's only been out a few hours, and here I am talking about it. So I just hope people keep sharing and keep expressing their love for it.
Well, you are amazing. Thanks for doing this, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you, my friend.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate it. There she goes. That's Jessica Woodlee with Jessica Woodlee Music. TOML is right now on your big broadcast.
Had a panic attack in the bathroom stall. Had to call my mom. Says she's worried about me. Should I be worried about me? My nails don't grow cause I bite them off, and my hair's too long. Searching WebMD, I think I'm worried about me. I can't catch my breath, too anxious to drive at night. But don't worry, Mom, you raised me right. I always pull over before I start to cry. Cause maybe I'm lying when I say I'm alright, and maybe I'm crying when I say that I'm fine. Cause I should be drinking and smoking and kissing and living it nice, but this just don't feel like the time of my life. This just don't feel like the time of my life. I don't understand banks or the stock market. My money's under my bed, but it works for me. I think it works for me. I watch the same 3 shows in my same old clothes, cause I know how they go, and it works for me. But does it work for me? I can't catch my breath, don't wanna go out tonight. They say that it's simple, but I got a pimple, and the one that I like just makes me wanna cry. Cause maybe I'm lying when I say I'm alright, and maybe I'm crying when I say that I'm fine. Cause I should be drinking and smoking and kissing and living it nice, but this just don't feel like the time of my life. 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 They say it should be doing just fine. Like the time of my life. They can take what's mine. Take the time of my life.
That
This just
is
don't feel like the time of my life.
TOML, and check it out on Spotify as well as many other places. That wraps it up here for this segment of our big broadcast. Thank you for joining us, and we will inevitably, yes indeed, see you